Good evening, adventurers. I'm Megan with Blue Mermaid Travel, here with your Walt Disney World and Universal Studios Florida update for the week of July the 9th, 2018. Seriously, not a lot to talk about this week. Everything's kind of been quiet for both Universal and Disney. I've got a couple things to talk about, and then that'll be it. Actually, I have nothing to talk about from Universal Studios. I had thought that they had released the details about another Halloween Horror Night haunted house, but apparently they didn't. So maybe I imagined that. I don't know. So nothing new on the Universal front right now. That might change tomorrow, as it frequently does. So let's talk real quick about Disney. So last week, Disney released the details for their New Year's Eve party packages that are going to be at the Contemporary Resort. Now, this is something Disney does every year. They have a big New Year's Eve party, and you get to see the fireworks you can see the Magic Kingdom fireworks from the Contemporary. So there are two experiences, and one of them is definitely more family friendly than the other one. One is much more adult and probably teenage oriented. So let's talk about the first one. Which is the more family-oriented one, and it's called Pixar Party, a New Year's Eve celebration. It's from 8 p.m. to 12:15 a.m. On the second floor of the resort. There will be scenes from beloved Pixar movies, including Inside Out, The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, and Up. There'll be kids' activities, an interactive DJ, a buffet, and then at the end of the night, there's a viewing of the Magic Kingdom New Year's Eve fireworks, and that's at $190 per person. But from the way I understand it, that does include your gratuity and tax. So it's $190 per person, but that includes tax and gratuity. The second one is called the Countdown to Midnight Party. And it doesn't say explicitly that it's adult only, but it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of options for things for younger children to do. It is also from 8 p.m. to 12:15, and it is in the Fantasia Ballroom at the Contemporary. And it's definitely the entertainment and stuff is more adult themed. So they have a cheftainment station featuring a seasonal menu inspired by some of Disney's signature dining restaurants. A special appearance by Mickey and Minnie. Turn the page. At the end of the night, guests will be invited out to the porte cochere, where they will receive a champagne flute to welcome in 2019 and a viewing of the Magic Kingdom New Year's Eve fireworks. That's at $275 per person, and that includes tax and gratuity. Now, you can upgrade that experience by paying extra to go to the Ink and Paint Club experience, which is an add-on to the Countdown to Midnight party. So what that means is you can't just go to the Ink and Paint Club. You must do both of those experiences. But that opens an hour earlier at 7 p.m. And it's a VIP enhancement. So it's like adjacent to the Fantasia Ballroom, and it's going to be like vintage Disney themed, and you can come and go throughout the night. There'll be photo ops with Mickey and Minnie on a special background. There'll be a pianist throughout the night, more chef stations, so more food on top of that, and reserved seating at the in the Disney Countdown to Midnight Ballroom once it opens at 8 p.m. So if you wanted to do both of those, it would be $450 per person. And you must purchase the Ink and Paint Club experience add-on when you purchase the Countdown to Midnight. So you can't decide you're going to do Countdown to Midnight and then the next day decide that you want to add on the Ink and Paint Club. It won't let you do that. You must do it all at one time. So that's what's going on for New Year's Eve. And I know you're like, oh my God, Megan, it's not even Labor Day yet. And I know, I feel you on that. But this is how it is at Disney. People who are serious about being there for these big events, they start planning it now so that they can get there. This does not include your park tickets. This also does not include your hotel stay. So if you choose to stay wherever, this doesn't include any of your accommodations. These prices are just the tickets to get into this event at the Contemporary. That's the first thing from Disney this week. The second thing, okay, maybe this is old news to some people. New to me, okay? And I kind of try to wait until I'm pretty sure that this information is accurate before I start throwing it out there. And it'll interest some of you, and some of you will be like, I don't care, which is kind of why I'm leaving it to the end. So if you're not interested, you can just be like, I'm done. So back in May, the Orlando Sentinel published an article saying that Disney is starting to look at the property that is the old river country. Now, some of you were like, what is river country? So back in 1976, Disney opened River Country, which was kind of a water park. It was small, and it's like right on Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground property, kind of behind Mickey's Barbecue, I think. And I mean, it was very popular. People loved it. The water was pumped straight in from Bay Lake, which, I mean, that's fine. It's water, right? And it was open until 2001 when, I mean, by that time Disney had opened up Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon, and they didn't really need it anymore. And so they shut down River Country. Some people kind of hoped that it would stay, that it would come back, and it never opened again. And in 2016, Disney drained the main pool, which I don't blame them. That's kind of a giant breeding ground for mosquitoes. Also, I would imagine they found more than one alligator in there. But I mean, otherwise the property's just been sitting there, and you can pull up aerial photos and you can see it's where it is. I mean, it still looks like River Country. And there are YouTube videos of people who have like done urban exploring and have kind of snuck in and taken pictures and stuff and video of the property. And I mean, it's not been used. It's run down. It looks a little sketch. But it is right on Bay Lake. It is prime property or prime Disney real estate, people. So apparently in March, Disney filed a permit to start doing geotechnical boring. I didn't know what that meant. So I looked it up, and apparently this is something that is done when you are looking at building on a piece of property to determine if the land is suitable for whatever your construction project is. So, but Disney is not saying what the project may be. There's a lot of people who are like, oh, they're going to build a new hotel. And I'm like, okay, first of all, Disney is building at least right now. They are building 1, 2, 3 new hotels as we speak. They're building the Riviera, which is going to be the first moderate DVC property next to the Caribbean Beach Hotel or Resort, which is also going a ton of renovation right now. They're building like this 15-story addition, I guess it's kind of an addition to Coronado Springs Resort right now, which is supposed to be mostly for conventions and business people. So that's being built right now, and they're building the Star Wars Hotel over there near Hollywood Studios. So that's 3, and there's a rumor that they're going to build another hotel near the entrance of Epcot. That's a lot of hotels that Disney has either under construction or potentially on the books. So I have a hard time thinking that they're going to start another big building project like another hotel right now. But valid point, it's prime property. It's right there on Bay Lake. It could be another Magic Kingdom resort. The downside is it's not a huge piece of property, and so I don't think it could be a huge resort if they were going to build it. And it would be practically on top of Fort Wilderness right now. So I'm wondering if they're actually going to use it as an expansion area, or if they've got some plans to add more things to the Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. I don't know. Disney's not saying. They're very obviously still in the very, very early works of the project. So they may shut the whole thing down and nothing may come of it. Who knows? Anyway, so that's what's going on right now at Disney. It's a lot of stuff. But that doesn't mean that you can't go and you can't enjoy it, okay? So if you are interested in or thinking about or talking about or have casually mentioned to your spouse that you might be interested in going to Disney World or Universal Studios, send us an email at info@bluemermaidtravel.com and we'll get started working on yours. Or you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/bluemermaidvacations and you can send us a message and we will get started right away putting together your dream vacation. Otherwise, everyone have a fabulous week. Don't get rained on like we did here today. And remember that adventure is out there.